Can the Grob opening be played as black? Have you ever wondered if the Grob opening can be played as black? The Grob opening is defined by white's first move, one pawn to g4. This move is quite unusual and risky, as it prepares to develop the light-squared bishop to g2. The opening is named after Swiss international master Henry Grob, who popularized it in the mid-20th century. While it can be fun to play, it is not commonly seen in high-level games because it weakens white's kingside and gives black early chances to gain an advantage. Now let's get to the main question. Can the Grob opening be played as black? Technically, the Grob opening is specific to white's first move. However, some players try to mimic the spirit of the Grob as black. They might play an early pawn move to g5 or g6, followed by developing the bishop to g7. This setup is not a true Grob opening, but it can be considered a Grob-like setup for black. From a practical standpoint, playing a Grob-like setup as black is even less sound than playing it as white. This is because black starts the game a tempo behind. Making an early pawn move like g5 or g6 can weaken black's position even more. It gives white additional chances to take advantage of the situation. In standard openings, black typically aims to equalize or counter white's initiative, rather than copying risky moves. When responding to the Grob opening as black, the focus should be on how to handle white's unusual first move. Common responses include moving the pawn to d5 or e5. Both of these moves aim to exploit the weakness created by white's g4 pawn. For example, after one pawn to g4 and then moving to d5, black can attack the g4 pawn with the bishop. After one pawn to g4 and then moving to e5, black can target the weakened h4 square and white's kingside structure. If a player attempts a Grob-like setup as black, perhaps in a casual game, the same principles apply. Black should be careful not to fall for tactical tricks and should aim to develop pieces quickly while controlling the center. However, the Grob structure is generally less effective for black than for white. This is mainly because black does not have the advantage of making the first move and is more likely to end up in a worse position. While the Grob opening is specific to white, it is possible for black to attempt a similar setup. However, this is not recommended due to the increased risk and lack of compensation for black. When facing the Grob as black, the best approach is to respond solidly, develop pieces, and exploit the weaknesses created by white's early pawn move to g4. Playing a Grob-like setup as black is not a standard strategy, but it can be tried for surprise value or in casual games. Always stay alert for tactical opportunities and avoid falling into traps.